is with
A for Shauna.
S for Sonia. And Ashana, today we are showing people clips and interviews from this past weekend's Comic Con.
Yeah.
I know y'all are probably sick of hearing about this, but we've had so many questions about what is a Comic Con,
That's right.
and we're still learning what a Comic Con is.
Yes, I think this weekend just allowed us to kind of single-handedly, first-handedly, get a better understanding of what takes place at a comic convention. You know, there's so much stuff in pop culture that was displayed this past weekend. So I think we ought to go inside and share with our viewing audience. What do you think?
I'm ready.
Y'all come on.
Live here at Haywood Comic Con. We're having a fantastic kind of time.
I'm Lee Berry, the president of Haywood County Arts Council, Brownsville Arts Council, here at the first annual to be Comic Con, Haywood County Comic Con. It's the Ghostbusters guy just passed me, so I'm looking forward to a great event. Shauna and Sonia went down to Corinth, Mississippi, and said it was absolutely huge, thousands of people, and it brings in money for the economy. People have hotel rooms, people are eating out. It's like Shauna said, it's a culture, and people are going to find out about this, and they're going to come, and I'm excited for years to come, strictly for the look. As Haywood County grows, we're going to need to appeal to everybody. As you know, as Haywood County does grow, and we've already experienced people who you go to restaurants now and you don't even know who's there. Used to, it would be you would know everybody in the restaurant, and now you know just a handful. And it's these people are great. Everybody that's been here with Blue Oval City or visiting because of Livingston's, and it's exciting times happening. And we can't wait for years to come to see what exactly happens. We're excited to be a part of it. The Arts Council is a vital part of this community, and we strive for inclusion and, like I said earlier, everyone to be involved.
I am Tara Thompson. I am with Theo and Rose Ice Cream Parlor in Covington, Tennessee, right on the square at 105 West Pleasant Avenue. And I also have the Covington Comic Con that I held once a year in August after once school starts, along with Josh Mason and Jerry Mason. Those are my partners. Cons are important because it's one of those judgment-free zones. You can be whoever you want to be here without being judged. My favorite part of the con is seeing the kids. I mean, just the glow on their faces and just them out having fun, and then adults having fun.
We were talking yesterday, ghost hunting is really a misnomer. It's much more ghost fishing for anybody that's ever fished. Sometimes you come home with nothing, and sometimes you come home with a really good story about the one that got away. But it doesn't always happen like on TV, like every 7 minutes where you go, whoop, right before the commercial. And I think you guys being able to collect evidence and be methodical, and we do a lot of the same things where sometimes there are construction issues. You know, that's where the K2 meter actually came in, and the construction trays to find wiring problems and electrical problems, because it's measuring electromagnetic fields. So we take some of the tools and adapt them for what we do, but sometimes, like Amy said, it's just a power issue. There's a very famous theater in Covington, old theater, and people complain in the back or in the balcony that it feels uncomfortable and they feel this presence. Well, it's got over 100 years of cobbled together electrical, and when you measure it, it's off the charts. So high that if you're there, you will feel that little feeling like your hair stands up a little bit, almost like barometric pressure, but it's not paranormal in that case. It's just the energy and the power of this whole thing being on this back wall and unprotected and old wiring thing. So it's an interesting field, but to your point, that's why knowing how to investigate is super important.
I'm Arwen from Lord of the Rings. I have been cosplaying since 2017. When I first started out cosplaying, I used to be one of those people that had to have a new costume for every convention. So I started out doing a whole lot. Then I realized that was a whole bunch to do and a lot more than I could handle. So I ended up doing just a few a year instead of, I think at one year, I had like 15 new ones that I did, which that was a lot. But now I'm down to like maybe 5 or 6 new ones a year that I do, that I'll just wear multiple times until I see that they've been worn enough, and then move on to the next one. One of my people that I went to college with, one of my friends, we have a mutual like for like anime and manga and like Japanese animation and whatnot. And she was like, "Hey, you're into this stuff, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, there's a convention in Memphis that's for this kind of stuff." And I was like, "No, there's not." And she was like, "Yeah, there is." I was like, "I want to go. When is it?" And so it just started from there. That was my first convention. I've gone to every single one that I can go to because I've always loved Halloween, so I've always loved dressing up. So it was no different than just doing it at a convention instead of just on Halloween every year. So a lot of times for nerdy people like us in any aspect, we don't really have an outlet of other people to share this kind of stuff with. So conventions are that for a lot of people. I've talked to so many people, they're like, I don't have friends that are into all this stuff, but then I come to conventions and I have all these new people that are into the same stuff as me that I'm just not used to, and then they end up becoming friends either long distance or in the same town. A lot of people meet up for like D&D meets and whatnot. So yeah, I think it's really important that we have this kind of stuff because otherwise a bunch of us wouldn't even be friends. Me with a bunch of my friends, I never would have met if I would have never gone to a convention. So I think it's important.
Well, Sonia, what do you think?
What a phenomenal weekend.
Yeah.
I have a better understanding of what a Comic Con is now, how inclusive it is. We saw a little bit of everything and a lot of great artists and authors about books I've never heard of.
Yes, and you know, we had such an array of vendors, a little bit of everything for a little bit of everybody. Wonderful weekend.
Yes.
Wonderful weekend.
Yes.
And we have to say thanks to our sponsors again.
Absolutely. We've got the Brownsville Arts Council, of course. Visit Brownsville was a sponsor, the Tennessee Arts Commission.
Yes, Greenhouse Insurance and Financial Services.
Parks.
Go ahead.
Brownsville Parks and Rec.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Brownsville,
right.
Haywood County Parks and Rec. Of course, the radio station, 95.3 in Brownsville
Yes.
Press.
Thanks,
We're-
Law Firm.
Thanks, Law Firm.
Yeah. So it's been a wonderful weekend.
It has been.
I'm ready to kind of take a little time off and get some rest, though.
And look forward to March of 2024.
That's it.
Are we going to do it again?
Sure we are.
All right.
See y'all.
Bye.